Long hair when you're over 50 can be a little tricky because you don't want to look juvenile. So I'm going to show you my tricks on how I curl my hair and some ways to put it up so you still look elegant and professional. Okay, I'm going to show you two different ways. It's not drastic, but it does look good for a person who is of mature age to have a ponytail look elegant. So one of the things is to have your hairdresser highlight your hair so that you've got some highlights that surround your face. As you can see, I've got some ones right in here, and I'm actually due to get it because I can see some growth coming in, but they still look good. So those are surrounding my face. Of course, I have them throughout my hair. It's not just there. When I part my hair, there's two different ways to part it. First off, it's on the side, but just a little bit to the side. My middle would be right here, right in the middle, center of my nose, but it's literally just, I don't know how many percentage that would be, but it's just a tiny bit to the side. But what I also do is I part it there and then go to the middle. So you can see this is where my part goes. It goes there and then it goes to the middle, and then there's really no part back here. The next thing to do is to just make sure that it is brushed well. And now the kind of elastic I like, this one is neat because it kind of looks like it's like pantyhose rolled up. I will link these. They're my absolute favorite. So then I put it over my ears, and then I take it, and as you can see, my highlights kind of go right along my face. Now I'm not pulling it back, I'm pulling it to the side. And I'm trying to get these little pieces in there. I have a lot of little pieces. Some people don't have that much. And then obviously just take it, I'm gonna go to the side so you can see, take it so that it's not really high up, it's more of a low. Let me take a brush. And there's my ponytail. I go to work like this all the time because it gets it off of my face, but I still look like I thought through my hair. It's not like I just threw it up in a ponytail. So it is rather flat. I could kind of lift it a little bit, and I just kind of pull on my hair a tiny bit, and then it's got a little bit of a lift here, and it looks good. Okay, let me show you my other way of doing it. This is not that drastic, but what I'm going to do is part it more to the side. Even more than that. Here is my middle. Before, my side was this. Now my part is this. Much more of a part. Okay, I'm going to pull it to the side. And I don't normally have to brush this side much. See how this is all going up? I don't want that to go up. I want it to go to the side. So I'm going to take it down, brush it more, because I want it to be more distinct that it's there. And this, I have freshly washed hair. This is much easier to do with a little bit of dirty hair. I know that sounds gross, but it is. Okay, put it in the ponytail. Brush your ponytail out. Okay, so that is much more of a severe to the side. You can see when I put my head down, all the highlight hair is going over to the left. This is just whatever's remaining is fine, but it gives a much more distinct. Now again, I could take it and kind of loosen it up. Don't do too much. I mean, it might come out of it. I can tighten up the bottom. But it still has a little bit of a lift up here, and that's what I like. I don't like it to be plastered on my head right here. I'm fine with it being plastered here. I'm fine with it being plastered over here, but I want a little bit of lift because it makes my face look elongated and thinner. So that's how I do a ponytail. So this is just blown dry. I didn't really do anything to it besides blow it dry. And this is fine, but it kind of just has, I don't know, it doesn't have a lot of life to it and movement. It's just kind of flat. So what I like to do is I'll use a 2-inch barrel. This thing is massive, but it does give just a little bit of movement. So how I do mine is to take half of my head and I just hold it up there while I'm working. So what this does is it doesn't give me such a curl. It gives me more of a wave in my hair or movement. It goes pretty fast because it's so big. You can get pretty good amount of hair in there. But you can see it just does a nice little twist to it. And I'll do this all around my hair. And I just like the look. This is my probably favorite to do because of, first off, how quick it is, and second, it's not curly. All right, this is what it looks like before I do anything like run my fingers through it or anything. You can see the side. Let me show you the back. There's the back. I mean, it's not perfect, but everything got pretty much curled. All right, so then what I do is I just take it and I just use my fingers to fluff it out a bit. And you can see it's not necessarily curly, but it's got some movement to it. And that's what I want. I want some movement to it. All right, so this is what the back looks like. So that is like an everyday, I blow my hair dry and I do this and I'm done for the day. It might even loosen up more if I want it to stay in place. I'll use Kenra 25 hairspray and I'll only do like the ends. I do not spray up here to just kind of set it and have it last a little bit longer. But most days, I don't even spray it. All right, if I want to do a more curl, I will use a 1.5-inch barrel. And this gives me much more of a curl. I do exactly the same thing. I will take half of my hair. Now, some of you who do not have a lot of hair might not need to do this step. It's just for me, I get much better of a curl. I get much better of a curl when I have half of it up and I curl the bottom. So brushing it out, you can see I still have, like I have movement to it. Little static. Okay, I always make sure the ends get in there because if I don't, they'll be frizzy. You can see this just so much more of a curly cue. It's also important where you hold it. If you want it to be more volumized, hold it upright. If you want it to be more like this, less volumized, do it like this. But I want volume. This is what the back looks like. Obviously you can see much more curls. Some of the other under ones aren't as curled as the other, which is fine. I want the top to be much more. Now it's really important when you want it to actually be more curled to let this sit for a while. Don't immediately go in and start running your fingers through it. Okay, I've given it about 5 minutes and it's cooled off, so now I'm just going to run my fingers through it a little bit. All right, and that's pretty much it. It's much more volumes of curls. It's not curly cues like it was when I first curled it. Let me show you the back. But it's definitely got more curl to it. Okay, so what if I want to get it off of my face, but I still want it to look elegant, and I don't really want to do a ponytail. So I will take this headband that is it's called a sunglass headband, and it's because it's kind of shaped like sunglasses or glasses when you just throw it back. That can look kind of juvenile and too cutesy, or it can look good. It depends on how you put it in. I think if you're going to do it like that, you can look kind of 60s retro. So make sure your back has got some volume to it in order to do that. I usually don't do this because I feel like it's too stark, but some people look really cute this way. But if you keep your part and put it in and just don't bring up the top part here, bring up the sides, then you kind of have that same look as when you've got sunglasses up on your head or readers, and it keeps it off of your face. So this is one of my favorite, especially when I've just done my hair and I don't want creases in the top of my hair. I think this can look really cute. I want to put it back. I'm going to keep my part and then there we go. So then I have it off of my hair. I have it off of my face. It wasn't a very beautiful one, but it's real quick. If I want to kind of flatten it out, I can take my brush and flatten it out, but it's not perfect right now because I've done so many things to it. But it does look still professional looking and more elegant looking without being cutesy. Then, if I want to get it completely off of my hair, I will use something like this, a full clip. That one, I keep the part of my hair again. Bring all my hair in like you're gonna do a ponytail. Okay, and I do this. I bring my hand around, put my clip in, I kind of bring it around, secure it, and it always kind of just goes whichever way. But that's kind of an in look right now. Okay, maybe not that sticking out so much. So, oh, there we go. That's a very in look right now to have it very loose at the back of your head. And that's probably my favorite one right now. It gets it off of my face. I still look nice in the front, again, because it's parted. A lot of these styles look better the second day. That's what's nice about them, the second or the third day. Many times what I'll do on those days is I wake up and it's just my hair has started to get a little bit greasy. I'll put some dry shampoo just right here, not anyplace else, but just right here. Work it in, brush my hair, and then put it up in one of these other styles. It's amazing how you can elongate the time between each wash. Okay, so that's the loose one. If I wanted to have it more in control, do the same thing. And I'm trying to get all my little hairs back here because I have them. All right. So this, I twist it around. And then it's more up there, bigger. I like when it's got a little bit of poof up here. Now this is a little extreme, so I would have maybe, okay, that's bad. Okay. Let's try again. I have to not think about it. It's fine to not be perfect. This is not a perfect chiffon kind of thing. This is a get it off of my hair while still looking like I have my act together a little bit. So this is what I do probably after lunch at work. Because I'm tired of it being on my neck. It's like, oh, I gotta get it off, especially when I'm having hot flashes. This is the worst one to do when you are driving, because this thing gets hit by your headrest all the time. Like, oh, that drives me insane. For driving, I will do either a low ponytail or I will use this kind. This is really good because it gives you the clip, but it doesn't give you so much off your head. And that way it's flat against your head. And that way it's not going to hit the rest as easily. Now for this one, for me, I have a lot of hair. This one doesn't stay in my hair as long. But if I really need it to be up and not be sticking off my head, this is one of the best ones. Okay, some people can carry off this next look. I don't think I am one of them, honestly. But you take a little portion here, kind of push it forward a little bit. Don't do the whole 1980s poof. And then let this go down. Don't do this, because then you look like a little girl. But have it be a little bit poofed out. It's better if you've got some volume up here. So you may want to tease it. But that's another look. I don't do this one very often at all because I tend to think I look like a little girl. But sometimes, like in the summer, I just want it off of my head, and or I'm at work and I need to be looking and reading. One thing I don't like about this style is it really exemplifies the line of demarcation where my regrowth is. So if you're going to do that, just keep that in mind. If you want, use a spray to kind of soften up that look, and where it kind of softens it and you don't have the demarcation line. Okay, another way is to do kind of a half up, half down, but not all the way down. So take it like not, if I did it half up, it would be here. This one is more right at your temples, and kind of poof it out a little bit, kind of soften the area. And I bring my fingers together and I take my smaller clip and I clip that together like that. And I may pull this one down a little bit. But what this does is, again, it gets my hair off of my face. If you want a more sleek look, put it behind your ears, and then you've got a more sleek look. Or if you want it to be a little bit softer, you could do that. If you want, you can kind of push this out a little bit and have it be a little bit of a softer kind of feel. And that looks very elegant to be at work, and then you can be working and writing or on your computer and your hair is not in your face. If you would like to see how I blow my hair dry and style it for 3 days in a row, I do have a hair series, and my hair is shorter in that one, but it still applies. So I'm going to link that series right here. It'll show you how I extend it. So I only wash my hair every 3 days. So I'll see you in that series or another one. God bless.